Okay guys, it is Wednesday, April 30th, 2025. We're in the tractor, obviously. We are moving round bales. One of my least favorite things to do is moving round bales. So I thought that I'd just kind of try to do a little video, loading the round bales up here, and then when we get back home to unload them, we'll throw the drone up in the air. Just kind of do a little practice with the drone as far as getting the drone to follow things, do point of interest or whatever. So yeah, I hate moving round bales. I mean, round bales, everybody says, oh, why don't you do round bales? They're so much easier than square bales. And well, you know, square bales, you have the way we do them with the kicker wagons, it is more work, obviously, right? And you know, you got to get some help to do it. Once, you know, you need at least, you know, I don't know, 2 or 3, maybe 4 people, depending on if you're going to keep baling or whatever. But when you're done, you know, it's a longer, maybe a little bit longer, harder day, whatever you want to say about it. But when you're done, you're done. Bales are in the, you know, the bales are in the barn, you're done. Whereas round bales, we round bale with this tractor. This is our loader tractor. We round bale with this tractor. We rake and ted and move round bales with the 70, the other loader tractor. So if you want for me to move round bales, I need to have one loader tractor at least to load with. If you're going to use a wagon, got to have at least one loader tractor to load with if you're going to use a wagon, and then you got to have either loader tractor or skid steer to unload with, and you got to have the time. So when you get all done, and the thing is, you know, you get all done. For me, I get all done baling at 6, 7 o'clock at night. The last thing I want to do is turn around and start moving bales, right? So then you don't move bales, and you put it off, and you're like, oh well, we'll get a day when we're not baling, we'll go move bales. And then next thing, you know, and it gets put off and put off and put off, and you don't do it. The only way I've ever moved bales efficiently, or at least, you know, I guess in a timely manner, is when I've had help. Had somebody else that could drive the tractor and move bales and get them ready to be moved, ready to be hauled, I should say. Or just go ahead and move them and haul them all together. Where you give up, you know, you basically give up a tractor. So in that case, I might give up the 70 and rake, you know, rake with the 966, give up the 70, rake with the 966, and then somebody could move and haul bales with the 70, but that requires another person. So for me right now, by myself, if I want to do it efficiently, I almost need another tractor, or I have to be able to, or haul with my truck. But I still have to have a tractor that's got a loader that's not doing anything else. Whether it be the 70 or this tractor. You know, you just can't go out and do what you want to. But so here it is next year. We're moving bales. And they put the bales right out along this crown here. And guess what? There's a wet spot. So you have no choice but to make a little bit of ruts because the bales are all lined up basically in the wrong spot. And the bales all fall apart because the strings are all rotted on the bottom. not be able to reach up there and get that block. Block of wood up there. Oh, there's a good rut. Always put the bales, there's 2 years in a row, somebody's put the bales where there's been a little dip and there's a wet spot. Instead of putting them right on the crown of the hill. It doesn't look like it's on there all that great. And everybody thinks it's, you know, you come out and you move bales and it's like nothing, but it doesn't matter how you do it. You have got to drive a heck of a lot more than you think you have to be able to get everything lined up so you can put them on the wagon the way they're supposed to. You drive way out around, I don't know, 100-foot circle or more probably to make a nice entrance into the wagon so you can put the bale where it goes. There's a lot of backing up and stopping and turning and everything, and it's just not that easy. You just can't. There's no way to do it without making lots of tracks. I like to go back and forth across the front of the wagon like this, which you can't see because I'm just driving back and forth, but for me, it works pretty good to do it this way. It's probably about the most efficient way that I know how to do it. If you get your turn right, you can line it right up and you don't have to back up and readjust or anything like that. People put them in 2 rows and try to pull the wagon down through the middle. Well, if you put the bales too close together, you cannot get them lined up. You end up having to back up a couple times, jockeying the bale sideways on the wagon. And it's a lot more hassle than you think it is. Round bales, in my opinion, are a lot more hassle than you think they are. And the worst part is we don't need these bales. These are all extra. We have, I don't know how many are here. There's at least 100 and some at the other farm, 60 at another farm. How many? Probably 200 and some bales altogether that we baled last year that we never moved because we don't need them. We already have 40 some from last year left at home, so it sucks to have to move them when it's wet, but we got to get them off here. We'll probably end up coming over here with a disc. You hit it on the right day, it won't matter. There's a spot over here that's rutted from last year, so we'll see. Anyway, we will call it a video for this one, and we will pick back up when we get the drone up in the air and just kind of set the drone, and we'll just try to see if we get the drone to do some 360s while we're unloading. We'll show you the well pad over there and the machinery a little bit, maybe do a little drone flying. This is the last bale. Just hit a nice hole right there. That's awful. Great. So we'll be back. All right, guys, we're on the road. We got the bales hooked up. Had to talk to the landowner a little bit there. It's a little bit more wet than I wanted to be up there moving bales, but it is what it is. It's the only load we're going to get today, so no big deal. You know, the bales are all in a row, so all the ruts are kind of in a row. So I mean, if we have to, and we get time, I could just take the disc and make a couple passes, smooth out the ruts, and throw down a little bit of seed, and disc it in. You would never know it. But hard part about that is getting the time to do it. You know, it'd be a situation where I had the disc hooked up and I was doing some discing somewhere else, and I just run over and do that real quick and then run over with the seeder and put down some seed. But I'm not too worried about it, but I would like to do it, but we'll see. So we're just traveling back on the road. I think it's like a little over 2 miles. Get these back to the farm, and we will throw up see what time it is. We'll throw up the drone and unload the bales. And then we're gonna run down to my niece. Has a softball game down in Knoxville. It's like 10 miles away or something like that. Run down there and watch that. She plays 12U. We'll watch her game, and then we'll come back home and call it a night. So we'll be back with you in a few minutes. We'll use the mic too for, oh, just stalled it. One of them too many bumps. So we'll use the mic too, and we'll record in the cab, but we'll use the mic too to get the voiceover for the drone. And we'll just kind of throw together a real quick video, just kind of practicing a couple things I want to do with the drone. We'll do practice point of interest or whatever it's called, and see how it works. So we'll be back. All right, guys, we got the drone up in the air. I'm not sure, maybe the battery went down on the camera, but we're just gonna do a little test here with the tractor, just moving bales. Got the Air 3 is on POI, point of interest, right on the tractor. We'll see if it stays with me. Oh, it lost us. I have no idea why it does that. Let me try that again. Yeah, we'll try to start it back up here. Try it this way, maybe that'll work better. We got I just have it on the bales. I don't know, I'm not sure why it loses the tractor so quick sometimes, but I just want to see if it works to circle the bales. I guess it's not going to circle the wagon either. I thought it would. So this situation right here you get into with the bales, you're trying to unload them quick. I don't really want to take the time to put them in rows and all that, but you can run out of room pretty quick too. I don't know, maybe we'll have to move them later. I don't want them strewn out strewn, is that the right word? Out all over the field, but I don't really want to put them in rows, so we're gonna start taking them over here and putting them in here this way. I don't really want to take the time to make that turn to put them how they're supposed to go, you know. I don't really think about that, but usually move them from the other side of the wagon, I guess, but we're just gonna get them off the wagon. It sucks when you do this. They're all, you know, I like sisal twine because it rots. But if you wait too long and leave them in the field, it rots, and then when you go to move them, they want to fall apart a little bit. I don't mind if they fall apart a little bit when I'm going to feed them, but you know, now if we're going to move them over here, get them off the wagon, and then if we say, oh, one day bring the tractor over here, and then, oh, let's put them in rows, then they're going to fall apart even more. So I'm not sure what I want to do about that, but because we're not going to feed them all. You know, these are probably going to be stored for next year, most of them. We're not going to feed that many bales. We already have enough. And we know I don't think we're going to get them all moved before we start doing hay, but about 100 probably close to 200 more to move. So I don't really see that happening either. But I do like to have all the round bales in nice rows. Put them in rows of 5. It does make it a little easier. It makes it real quick to count them, you know. You just go 5, 10, 15, 20, and so on. So I put them in rows of 5 because it makes it easy to count. But I just right now want to get them off the wagon. You know, the better way to do it would be to unload with a skid steer, maybe, I don't know, but the skid steer can't reach over the middle. We're going to reach over the middle here to get this bale off. It'd be nice if that half a bale wasn't where it is, but it's kind of right in the way. I don't even know if I can move it. This one here we'll put right in a row because there's a spot for it. But anyway, we're just moving bales. We're trying out the drone a little bit, you know, doing a little video. Didn't really get a chance to do a whole lot of maple videos. Got the drone in the air, got the camera on me, got the mic going. The camera on me is about ready to die. So we're gonna call it a video. Moving bales, my least favorite thing to do. Like and subscribe to this video and stay tuned for more from Triple D Farms, Triple D Maple, and Triple D Cabins. Thanks for watching and have a great day.